Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another graphic novel review. And in this graphic novel review, I'll be covering Soulfinder Volume 2, Black Tide by Douglas Ernst. So moving into first things first, do these covers in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? The first one sort of does, but I give it a 7 out of 10. But as for the second one, it gives a better impression as to what is actually connected to what is happening inside the graphic novel, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art, but also what is happening story-wise with the characters, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. And I last had a look as to when my last review of this was, and it was around 5 years ago, and my goodness, how time has flown. But I have had a lot of graphic novels to catch up and read through before I caught up with these, so backlogs of graphic novels can be annoying. So now let's get started as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So this is some of the story around the beginning, and of course we do get a little bit caught up into some of the last events, who the cast of characters are, as well as moving into present day. As we slowly move towards the middle of the story, we do get a bit of backstory around the which leads to the Black Tide title. Now this is one area to which I think there could have been a little bit more done here, and I'll cover that when I move into the pros and the cons of the story. And I want to point out that both of these characters, Retta along with Reginald, do actually get to experience some stuff in relation to the Abyss, until of course finally they do get a bit of outside help and we move into the epilogue of the story. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Now I know that in my last rating I actually gave 8s all around. In this it has sort of dropped a little bit. So now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story rating, which consists of time, location, and cast, as well as addressing the pros and the cons of the story. So in the area of time, we had midnight, afternoon, we had the year of 1780, 6:45 a.m., noon, and of course 5 p.m. to 22 hours military time being used within the story, which I thought was really good. It did actually help raise the rating of the story. It could have actually gone lower in rating than what I actually gave it. Next is the locations that we get to see within the story. So we got to see Maryland, Virginia. We also got to see a cabin, the Abyss being used, so the area of the supernatural. And also, I think it's Mullins Bay. Next is the cast of characters, which is Patrick Retta. We had Reginald. We had Gregory. We had mention of the Blackfire cult. And of course, John Savoy, which links to a character in the past. I do think I might have missed a character, especially in relation to the Kurtz boat. I didn't quite capture his name, so because of that, that may have been a fault on my end, or it may have been a fault on the printer's end. So either way, I missed the character's name. Next is the pros in relation to the story. One good thing that Doug Ernst is very clear with each of his stories. He makes sure that there is time, place, location, and cast. That is something that does hold up not only with the first volume, but also with this second volume of Black Tide, and also the introduction of new characters. About the only cons that I sort of found in this story was when they were moving into the area of the scuba diving, to which I think what he could have done is maybe have the characters maybe use like some communication signals, even if it was like hand signals with each other. Apart from that, my overall story rating is a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colorful and have yourself an awesome day.